Hello all. Hello all. My today's topic is intelligent agents. What is intelligent agents? We are going to cover here agents and its environment, rationality, nature of environment. So what is the objective of actually agents? To introduce about this topic and what are the environments, types of agents, okay, what are the structure. So first we have to understand what is agents and its environment. An agent is anything that can perceive its environment through sensors and act upon that environment through effectors. So, what is sensors and effectors here? We will understand by this example human agent. A human agent has sensory organs such as eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin parallel to the sensor. So, we can say these all things are sensor and other organs such as hands, legs, mouth for effectors, okay, because they are using for action. The second example is robotic agent replaces cameras and infrared range finders for the sensors and various motors and actuators for effectors. Next example is software agent has encoded bit string as its program and action. So what is agent? First we have to understand by some definition that agent is anything that can be viewed as perceiving its environment through sensors and acting upon that environment through actuators. So perceiving and acting with the help of sensors and actuator is an agent. An assumption is every agent can perceive its own action. Now, the one example is human agent, which already we have seen. So, what are the sensors here? Eyes, ears, and other organs. And what are the actuators? Hand, legs, mouth, and other body parts. Robotic agents, cameras, and infrared range. And what is the actuators? Various motors. For software agent, what are the sensors? Keystroke, file contents, received, network packages, and what are the actuators? Display on the screen, files, and network packets. So, agents and environments, there are two things which we have to understand. What are the percept and what are the percept sequence? Percept agents perceptual input at any given instant. And what are the sequence? Complete history of everything the agent has ever perceived. So, an agent behavior is described by the agent function which maps from percept histories to action. Internally, the agent function will be implemented by an agent program which runs on the physically architecture produce F. Agent equals to architecture plus program. Now, one example we are taking to understand this vacuum cleaner. There are the two location A and B. So, what are the percepts here? Location and content. So, first is the location is what? A. A is location A comma dirty. This is the content. Okay, action what we can perform, we can go to the left, right, and we can check if there is the dirt and there is no operation. Okay, so what are the percept sequence? If A is clean, then we have to go to the right, means for the B, location B. If A is dirty, then we have to search the dirt. If B is clean, then we go to the left, means go to the A location. If B is dirty, then we have to search the dirt. So like this we have to understand the function. If the current square is dirty, then circle, otherwise move to the other square. Now the next point is rational agents. An agent should strive to do the right things based on what it can perceive and action it can perform. The right action is the one that will cause the agent to be most successful. So we have to identify that yes, this action is correct, do the right things. So we have to identify the performance measure for this. Performance means objective criteria for success, okay, for any agent behavior. So example for performance measure for vacuum cleaner is what? Amount of dirt cleaned up, amount of time taken, amount of electricity consumed, and amount of noise generated. Now the next thing, what is rationality now? So what is rational at any given time depends on four things. The performance measure that defines the criteria of success, the agent's prior knowledge of the environment, the action that the agent can perform, the agent's percept sequence of to date. Okay, so these four things is the rational, if we can say. Rational agents means for each possible percept sequence, a rational agent should select an action that is expected to maximize its performance measure given the evidence provided by the percept sequence and whatever built-in knowledge the agent has. Fine. Now, so for vacuum cleaner agent, let's assume the following four things. The performance measure is what? It's awarded 1 point for each clean square at each time stamp over a lifetime of 1000 time steps. And second one is the geography of the environment is known a prior. As we should know previously only these all things. The only available actions which we can perform, right? Second, no operations. An agent currently pursues location where the location is contains dirt. So under these all circumstances, the agent is rational. It will do the right things. The expected performance is at least as high as any other agents. Next topic is specifying the task environment. So we have to specify the task environment to do this thing. Peace. Peace is what? P means performance measure, E is environment, A is actuator, and S is sensor. In designing an agent, the first step must always be specify the task environment as fully as possible. So how we can define it? First, for automated taxi driver, we are going to define some examples we have taken for this to understand these P's. And what is performance measure for automated taxi driver? That if you want to measure the performance, it should be safe, fast, legal, comfortable trip, and maximize profit. What are the environments? Roads, other traffic, customers, actuators, accelerators, brake. These are the actuators which is going to perform the action, isn't it? Steering wheels, horns, sensors, cameras, speedometer, GPS. These all are the sensors. Next example we have taken from medical diagnosis system. What are the performance measure? Healthy patients, minimize cost, okay, lawsuits, environment what? Patients, hospital staff should be there as an environment. Actuator is what? A screen display, question, test, diagnosis, treatment, referral, and sensors, the keyboard. Okay, entry of symptoms, finding patients and answers. These all are the symptoms. Now the P descriptor is the same thing is for P descriptor for satellite image analysis, which we have to identify the performance measure, environment, actuator, and sensor for these all the things. The next example is what? Next example is part picking robot. Definitely the part picking robot, again we have to that percentage of part in the correct bin. It should not be in the wrong bin. Okay. Environment, conveyor belt with part bins, actuator, joint arms, and sensors, cameras, joint angle sensor. And the last one is a piece for interactive English tutor. Performance measure is what? Maximum student score. Definitely if score is good, then we can say it's a maximum student score. Environment, set of students, actuator, screen display, and key sensor, keyboards.